This excerpt was taken from the Full and Bloom interview with guitarist K.K. Downing. You can listen to the entire interview at fullandbloom.com. You guys recorded British Steel at Ringo Starr's property, which had been previously owned by John Lennon, right?
Yes.
I think you say something in the book about it was even where John Lennon was playing Imagine.
Yeah.
Does anything else kind of stand out from those sessions?
There again, I was never a Beatles fan. I was more of a Rolling Stones guy, And so recording at that facility never really quite dawned on me or hit me till years later, really, of exactly where I was. I was kind of in the presence of royalty, really. Like I say, we went down in the basement and it was absolutely packed full of, gold singles and memorabilia and stuff, but it was of no interest, really. We were just more interested in doing what we did, But now I'm really, really super thrilled, to have spent the time, in that place, the house that was all painted white, I guess, when they did the White Album and all of that, and the plug sockets were labelled up John and Yoko and stuff like that, It was quite a privilege, really. We were just busy doing things we were told not to do, like don't fish the lake, so we fished the lake. Don't bring motorbikes here, so we had motorbikes there, We was always more concerned about not getting told off for doing things that we shouldn't do. Putting light bulbs in the microwave till they exploded and stuff like that, It was, Judas Priest were in town.
And so how long does that record take to record?
Real quick. I think we did it in a month.
Did you really? Wow.
Yeah, we did.
Do you remember the cost of that?
No. No. I never knew the cost of any of our albums, to be fair. It just was what it was.
Right.
But we were pretty good in those days, We were pretty good.
Was it you or Glenn that came up with the riff for Breaking the Law?
I really can't remember. It might have been a collaboration but I don't know. I'm happy to credit it with Glenn because my memory is just not very good. Glenn came up with the original inspiration for Living After Midnight, but the rest of it I can't really remember. We were just so full on intense, myself and Glenn, really, with guitar parts, One of us would come up with a riff and it would just get modified time and time again, It
seemed like the later records, it kind of broke the credits up initially on the early releases, and then later it just was all you, Glenn, and Rob. And I'm assuming you and either you or Glenn would come up with the riffs, and then Rob's contribution would be the melody and the lyrics?
Yeah, the lyrical melodies and most of the lyrics, really. And Rob is as good, if not better, than anybody, I think, really, to be fair. You
guys also did the sampling, came up with the sampling, which really hadn't been done at that time, the breaking of the glass, stuff like that.
Tom came up with a lot of that stuff, Yeah, because we did, certain producers like authentic sounds. They don't like to lift them off a BBC sound effect compilation or something, So Tom was always about real and unique, And sometimes we would all join together trying to find a certain sound, like on Metal Gods, the marching Metal God sound, and eventually somebody pulled out a drawer of cutlery and just shook it, and it sounded so heavy. and so that's what we used.